This is you from face on. Look at the stuff we're talking about now, okay? So as you walk into a golf ball, okay, this line here is going to roughly represent 90 degrees to where you go. Now, if you look at most golfers, they want to be sort of standing either side of that line there, maybe a little bit sort of back slightly that. You watch you as you come into this golf ball, how far past that ball you go. So you're putting the club now in your right hand first, aiming the golf club with your feet literally as left of lefts can be, okay? So we can try and get yourself a little bit more just face on to the golf ball. Then it makes sense you can turn your torso this way. If you're over here now, you not get the golf ball that way, okay? So making sure we line things up better. Now you then sort of shuffle back a little bit and get yourself back into a spot. But if we can get ourselves a bit more in the middle. Now, you look at where you're holding the club there now, how your sort of head looks down here. What's my shoulder when I do this? How my shoulder starts going this way, yeah? And I get this sort of low position down here. Now, we've then said, stand up taller. That's what you've got to try and look more like, yeah? Rather than being this sort of crouch down here, getting there. So you can see your left hand there, your thumb just off the side. That V, would, when you put yourself in position, would be up towards your right shoulder, and these two knuckles here are more visible, yeah? That's your left hand grip you've got to make sure you get correct. And then your right hand now tips underneath. That's a much basically the V now. We talked about that sort of little crease going up towards that right shoulder. This is good. And then staying up now. So this position here we are now, pretty good spot, okay? So getting your shoulders square, okay? Takeaway now is fine. There's a bit of a sort of practice move. That's okay. Yeah, that's nice movement of the body, okay? Nothing sort of anything wrong there, okay? And then we get to the shot itself. The body rotates nicely. We're in a good spot. Now it's getting that left hip and only the left hip to move towards target. If the head does it, you're doing it like that, so we're going to be a bit over the top, okay? So you start moving the hip towards target there nicely, okay? Head now is just ahead of the ball slightly, but in terms of impact, we're getting that and that more, yeah? Now, in an ideal world, I want your head to be a little bit more behind the golf ball, which if your head's to the left here, this arm's going to look tucked up. Now, if I just take my head now and pull it back here, look how my arm now can kind of extend a little bit more so we can maintain a bit more width post-impact. What we're looking for long-term is to widen that. That's a sign that someone's gone like this and got nowhere to go with their arms, yeah? If you were here, it's almost I think one of the drills that we're talking about in the gym, so it just comes to me there now in terms of seeing that. And you'll see, I think I saw, was it DJ or one of the guys? You know those medicine balls?
Yeah.
Throwing them at the wall. Yeah, I'm sure they'd be part of the gym. You might see the guys doing that. And they'll stand there and they're just going, and look where your arms end up. Yeah, you don't want to go like that. Yeah, and because it's heavy, you'll want to go more that way. Because when you're in a golf ball, you want to create power. When you're trying to throw something heavy, you want to create power, and that is your kind of how I'm going to create power move. Yeah, as opposed to this way. Yeah, and get that sensation that we're swinging. The lower half's going to move towards the wall, and the arms are going to throw the club effectively, as opposed to the pull across. As I said, in here, we're just striving for perfection, because out on the golf course, it's never perfect, yeah? No. But if we can't get it perfect in here, then when we add all the variables of a dodgy lie, wind, bunkers, trees, mindset, whatever, that's when things go wrong, you see, yeah? We've got to be in it. When everything's perfect, the lie here is perfect, yeah? It's sat lovely. There's a line to help you line towards target, okay? Everything here is setting you up to hit the ball as well as possible, yeah? So that's why you've hit some class shots today, 145 yards with an 8-iron, 2 yards left with a bit of fade. It's still a good golf shot. But if we're trying to start right at the target and draw it in a little bit to get that feeling of how the body's going to work more as opposed to this way, if we're hitting it left of target and slightly fading it, you're still doing the old swing a little bit. You add a bit of ball below your feet, or a bit of left to right wind, or a bit of rough, or a bit of whatever it may be.
Continuous improvement, mate.
Well, exactly, yeah, but the strikes on there now are really good. Some of the strikes you there, for me, the way to look at it is taller left shoulder, better left arm and left hand grip position. That encourages a much better strike, yeah, because I said the club's flat on the ground, yeah? It's not sort of sitting toe up in the air like this, yeah, where the sweet spot now is basically risen above the golf ball. Yeah, so that's going to help with your contact. This is with all club, make sure they're sitting flat on the ground. And get your left arm here. You tend to sort of do this with your left arm, have a look at it, yeah? Try and get yourself almost you're behind the ball here with your top half and putting your left arm there. You almost have to be taller, yeah? And then your right hand can come on like so. It's not being down here and going
Yeah, I know.
and trying to manipulate yourself into all these positions.
Yeah.
Okay, mate, makes sense?
Definitely, perfect,
Good.
mate.
Have a few more, go on.